here I am today. Don't know if I'm going to post this. Purpose for it now is just to be video recording. With another day of silence and confusion. August 26th, 2024, 3:45 in the PM. No work coming in. No money coming in. No calls coming in. But keep hoping. Hard times are gonna come. $10,000 a few weeks ago. $6,000 of that went to fixing up the truck, off and on stuff. The rest to various bills and expenses. Just sitting here today, with $12 in my account, maybe $20 in quarters. And whatever few $100s I might have in my credit cards. Felt led to try to reach out to some clients this morning. One about, she's a good customer, she always pays good and on time, and I'm just halfway done on a job with her. But asked if she'd be willing to send me a check or pay on Zelle before I'm complete. I'll finish it up next week. Can't go out there this week. She's got people staying on her property. Haven't heard back from her. Another one of my customers. About every month and a half, I go out and get a bunch of garbage out of her garage. Real consistent, real good customer. And I am playing a little bit of this pity card with my mom dying. But she said sorry, about my mom and sending out love to me, but she doesn't need anything right now. Reached out to another client. It's time for me to treat his 3 apartments again for roaches, and he says he don't think there's any need. Out of the 3 that I reached out to, those 3, 4, she said I'd come out Thursday or Friday. Well, I'm supposed to be in class Thursday or Friday that I already paid $1,000 for last month. Well, now I ain't got no money coming in. I ain't been able to make the payments on that class. And I ain't been getting notifications about the pre-training, so I think they're not letting me take the class. I've reached out to them a couple times and got a guy to respond back, one of the main guys. Haven't heard back from him in a few days, and emailed him again this morning. I'd like to hear back from you if I'm going to be able to take the class. Then I'd like to be able to take the class, and you guys keep being patient with me. But if I'm not going to be able to take the class, I need you to send me that $1,000 back. We can just try to do it later. Ain't heard back from him. So yeah, I'm in this place where I find myself. God puts me in it every few months at least. I got nothing to do work-wise. Got nothing coming in. Got no appointment set. So I got all this time. And what am I going to do with the time? Well, in our flesh, my flesh, I just want to play around and not do anything. Feel sad for myself, sorry for myself, but I know that don't get us anywhere. Even though I still do that a little bit. I mean, I tend to sleep in a little bit more when I ain't got nothing on the books, but I still get up and try to do things. Got up this morning and ran an errand. I need a run picking up a warranty phone for the one of mine that crashed, and so now I've got an extra backup phone that will help me in my video content. My backup phone now. For extra camera use, so I don't have to put everything on my main phone. I'm gonna pick that up today. Just to get out, Tried to get them to fix a part on my truck because they've ordered the wrong part twice, so I tried to get in there today while I was on that part of town, but she couldn't get me in today, so I gotta swing back out for tomorrow. So it's this battle all the time about what to do when you don't have anything to do, and my answer is at least do something. But we live in this day and age of just hustle, put your notes to the grindstone, get out there, knock doors, pass out flyers, make phone calls, and do whatever, and just in your flesh go out and do all that stuff. And we forget, as believers, that we need to learn to rest in Him. Now, what does that look like? I don't know. I do know this, that most Christians, just as everybody else, are very independent. They want to do it on their own. They want to make it on their own. And they may talk to God and pray to God and give thanks to Him. But when it comes down to it, we still want to do things on our own. And there to always be direct results of our efforts. I went out and worked out this morning. Well, not this morning, but when I came back, worked out, trained my body, denied my flesh and getting some food that I don't need. I don't resist all the time, but I resist enough to where it makes a difference. What to do in this, and in our independent spirit and in our flesh, in our go-get-it attitude, we want to go out there and make something happen. So yeah, I got about 1,000 business cards. I can go knock some doors, pass out my business cards, and the Lord will bless that some way, somehow. Like I said, we're so independent, and we want to hustle, we want to do things, and we rarely rest in God. And I know that as a whole, that is an epidemic amongst Christians, is we don't rest in God. Our problem is not we're working too hard. There's a lot of lazy people out there. Our problem is we don't learn to rest in God. We don't learn to rest. We take it all on ourselves. We may talk to Him about it, but we're still relying on our flesh and our efforts. So the last couple of years, I've been leaning more toward just resting. Just trying to rest. Drives me crazy. I want to go out and do something. I don't know what to do. Go out and pressure wash somebody's sidewalk for free. I mean, I don't know. I got 1,000 ideas that come into my head, and me trying to decipher between my ideas, the devil's thoughts, and God's thoughts. I mean, it's a never-ending battle, and I certainly don't. I don't know, but what I'm getting more than anything again today is just learn to rest. Rest in me. Rest in me. So organize the warehouse a little bit. Had a little bit of a lunch. Eating more out of necessity than desire. Being broke. Fasting out of necessity. Learning to rest. I did what I know to do, what I felt I could do to get money from some current clients. It is what it is. But I know it's not in putting forth more effort. I believe the answer is learning to rest in Him. As hard as that is, and as foolish as it makes one look who truly is trying to rest in Him and be accused of being lazy, learning to rest in Him. And resting in Him doesn't mean that you just lay around and sleep all the time. That could be part of it. He could be wanting you to get a little bit more sleep. I've talked before about the money I've spent on ads, where I pay for ads specifically, and I pay guys to manage those ads. In my rough estimation over the last couple of years, $10,000 toward that has not had any ROI. No return on investment, not one flipping stinking dollar have I got. I'm sure I probably got a couple dollars here and there, but nothing of any substantial that has proven me, well, I got to keep throwing money at this. I got to keep throwing money because I'm getting returns. I'm getting consistent returns. That has never happened. This last slew of stuff I paid for, probably a couple $1,000 for 3 or 4 months to Instagram and Facebook ads, targeted marketing ads, not paying for anybody to manage them, but just taking some courses, watching some guys, a couple $1,000. Got a lot of likes. Got a fair amount of haters. Good comments. Had about 7 legitimate, it seemed, inquiries, but wouldn't follow through with the next step. One homosexual reached out. I mean, I don't even know how a homosexual man would even reach out to the stuff I'm putting out there. And when he did, when I reached out, I've reached out to all these guys about 2 or 3 times over a couple weeks, 3 weeks, just, sometimes you have to engage these guys. And when he told me that, I said, well, you're not going to be able to do our program because that's not what we do. Now, if you're a homosexual man that's questioning that being a lifestyle and wants to get out of it, then we'll help coach you through that. But one guy, and so I quit running those ads. I owe them $400. I ain't got one return. I got one guy right now who has stayed with it. He's answered every question, every email, every text. He's sent me his questionnaire. He's answered the questions. He's said he's okay with a call. He sent me his phone number, and I'm going to call him tomorrow morning and hope that he buys into one of our products. and that I'll have the wisdom to know how to navigate those waters, to what to charge him and what program to give him and how to work it that works out for him, and that we'll collect some money tomorrow. But I know I can help him. I don't have any doubt about that. God has given me this material and made me the man, at least the beginnings of the man that I need to be to start putting this stuff out there for the man. So in my attempts to rest in him, I came out here to sit on my warehouse porch, enjoy the good weather. I thank the Lord for the nice weather. I can enjoy his creation, and I can find all kinds of good. I can look out there and thank the Lord for my trailer. I can thank the Lord for my truck. I thank the Lord for my Suburban. I thank him for one or two or all three of those things every day in some form or fashion, at least weekly. It's got me where I needed to go. It's made me a decent amount of money. Thankful for it. Thankful I got this warehouse behind me. Thankful that the landlord's willing to, work with me and allow me to stay here while I work through this housing issue. Thankful for my health, that I can get out there and work out and take care of myself. Thankful for my clothes. All kinds of things to be thankful for. Thankful for the coffee I got. And even if I end up fasting with no food, either by choice or out of necessity, I'm thankful. Singing a song, I just force myself to sing to him sometimes. Let's just praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'll just lift my hands toward heaven and praise the Lord. Just sing that multiple times a day. Helps keep me sane, helps keep me settled. Don't bring me joy. I guess it brings me peace. But when it's all said and done, I'm still sitting here, sad and lonely and discouraged about it all. Knowing that one day all that he has promised me will come to pass, but why it hasn't come to pass yet blows my mind. I can see the necessity of the actual things that have happened, but for the longevity, for things to keep being the way that they are, and in a lot of ways keep getting worse, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't know how guys out there do it without believing in God. I mean, they do it. They do it. But I want to quit on God all the time. I get mad at God. I made a video about how mad I got mad at God a few days ago. So I keep getting knocked down and keep getting back up. At some point in time, the abundance, the answered prayer, the restored relationships are going to have to come to pass because he's promised it. He don't put that stuff in your heart unless he's going to actually do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely deceived. So whether this helps you or not, I don't know. I tend to think that even seeing these things in our somber, sad, and down moments, that it helps you. Keep your eyes on him.